Let me ask you something, and I really want you to sit with this for a second. Have you ever noticed how certain men seem almost drawn to going down on their partner? Not just doing it out of duty, but actually wanting to, initiating it. Genuinely seeming to enjoy every second. Meanwhile, you're left wondering why. What's actually going on inside his head? Is it purely physical? Purely psychological? Is it love, desire, control, or something else entirely? Here's the reality. Most women have never received a clear, honest, science-backed answer to this question. And without that clarity, confusion creeps in. Insecurity creeps in. Sometimes it even creates emotional distance in what should be one of the most intimate experiences two people can share. Well, that changes today. I'm going to guide you through the genuine reasons, grounded in psychology, neuroscience, and human biology, for why men love going down on their partners. And more importantly, what that means for your confidence, your relationship, and your pleasure. Stick around, because this is going to be one of the most eye-opening conversations about intimacy you've had in a long time. Let's dive in. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Narita, a urologist and women's health specialist with years of clinical experience, helping women understand their bodies, their relationships, and their sexual health with clarity and confidence. This channel exists to talk about the things most doctors never have time to explain, and the things most people feel too embarrassed to even ask about. And I promise you there's zero judgment here, just science, compassion, and honesty. If you're new, welcome. Please hit subscribe, because every week I release content built specifically to help women understand themselves and the people they love on a deeper level. And if you're already part of this community, thank you. Your support means the world, and I read every single comment. Let's talk about oral intimacy, specifically from the male point of view. Because this topic touches real relationships every single day, yet almost no one addresses it with any real clarity. Let's set the stage for what we're actually discussing here. First, I want to fully normalize this conversation. Oral sex, specifically cunnilingus, the clinical term for oral stimulation of the female genitalia, ranks among the most common sexual practices among adult couples across the globe. Research from institutions like the Kinsey Institute and the Journal of Sexual Medicine consistently confirms that most sexually active heterosexual couples engage in this practice on a regular basis. We're talking about something biologically normal, psychologically meaningful, and physiologically essential for female pleasure. And yet, so many women feel unsettled by it. Some feel self-conscious. Some question whether their partner is doing it out of obligation or pressure. Some women even withdraw from it entirely because of insecurity. Insecurity about how they smell, how they look, how they taste, or whether their partner genuinely enjoys it. And honestly, that breaks my heart, both as a physician and as a woman, because the truth is so much more beautiful and empowering than the stories we tell ourselves. So let's start at the foundation. Why do men actually do this? What's driving it? Let's break it down piece by piece, beginning with biology. What's actually happening inside his brain? Here's something most people never realize. The human brain is wired to find giving pleasure just as rewarding as receiving it. When a man engages in oral intimacy with his partner, something remarkable happens neurologically. His brain releases a wave of feel-good neurochemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, and even a slight surge of testosterone. Dopamine is your brain's reward chemical, the same one released when you eat something delicious, accomplish a goal, or feel proud of yourself. For many men, bringing their partner pleasure produces that exact same reward response. This isn't just a theory. A 2017 study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that men who regularly prioritized their partner's sexual satisfaction reported markedly higher levels of relationship satisfaction themselves. The act of giving pleasure was directly linked to their own sense of fulfillment. Now let's talk about oxytocin, often nicknamed the bonding hormone or the love hormone. When a man is in close physical proximity with his partner, especially during an intimate act, oxytocin levels spike. This chemical literally deepens emotional bonding. It builds a sense of safety, trust, and closeness. So when a man chooses to go down on his partner, his brain is being flooded with chemicals, essentially saying, I'm close to someone I care about. I feel connected. I feel good. Then there's the third piece, testosterone. Male testosterone is strongly tied to dominance, yes, but it's equally connected to the desire to possess, explore, and be intimately close to someone he's attracted to. Oral intimacy is, in many ways, a deeply primal expression of desire, a way of saying, I want to be as close to you as possible, every part of you. So before you ever question again whether your partner is only doing this to make you happy, understand that on a neurochemical level, he is being rewarded by doing it. His brain is quite literally designed to find it pleasurable. Now let's go deeper into the psychology, because biology only tells part of the story. Reason 1. He feels powerful when he pleasures you. I know that might sound surprising, but stay with me. For many men, sexual confidence is deeply intertwined with their ability to please their partner. When a man sees, hears, or physically senses that his partner is experiencing pleasure because of him, it activates a profound psychological response. Psychologists refer to this as erotic generosity, and it's a genuine trait found in securely attached, emotionally mature partners. Men who practice erotic generosity don't just focus on their own orgasm. They draw enormous satisfaction from their partner's response. And oral sex is one of the most direct, unfiltered ways to witness that response. There are no barriers, no distractions, just him and your reaction. For a man emotionally invested in his partner, that feedback loop is intensely powerful and rewarding. Reason 2. It's an act of trust and intimacy. Think about what oral sex genuinely requires. It demands vulnerability from both people. As the receiving partner, you're allowing someone into one of the most vulnerable private spaces of your body. And as the giving partner, he's offering you something deeply personal, his time, his attention, his desire. For emotionally healthy men, this exchange of vulnerability carries profound meaning. It says, I trust you. I want you. I see you. Relationship psychologists, including those studying attachment theory, consistently find that men who initiate and enjoy giving oral pleasure to their partners tend to score higher on measures of emotional intimacy and secure attachment. In other words, a man who loves going down on you very often loves being close to you, not just physically, but emotionally too. Reason 3. He's wired to explore you. Human sexuality is deeply connected to novelty, exploration, and discovery. And there's no more intimate form of exploration than oral intimacy. For many men, this act satisfies a deep psychological need to truly know their partner, to understand what makes her feel good, what makes her respond, what makes her come alive. This is especially true for naturally curious, generous lovers. They approach their partner's body as something worthy of study, of attention, even of reverence. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing. Reason 4. Your pleasure turns him on. This one is simple, yet profound. For many men, watching or hearing their partner experience pleasure ranks among the most arousing things in the world. There's actually a psychological concept called erotic mirroring, the idea that we become aroused by our partner's arousal. When a man is giving you pleasure and can see, hear, and feel your response, his own arousal intensifies. His desire feeds your pleasure, and your pleasure feeds his desire. It becomes a feedback loop, a cycle. So he isn't just doing it for you, he's doing it because your pleasure is part of his own pleasure. And that's one of the most beautiful truths about intimate human connection. Now let's talk about something I hear constantly in my practice, the insecurities so many women carry around oral intimacy. I've had patients, educated, intelligent, successful women, tell me they physically push their partner away during oral sex. They tense up. They feel anxious. They can't enjoy it because they're too caught up in their own heads, wondering what their partner is thinking. Does he think I smell strange? Does he think I look odd? Is this awkward for him? Does he actually want to be doing this? I want to address this head-on because this insecurity isn't just emotionally painful, it's physiologically counterproductive. When you're anxious, your sympathetic nervous system activates, blood flow to the pelvic region decreases, lubrication decreases, and muscle tension increases. Essentially, your body starts working against your own pleasure. So the anxiety you feel about his experience is literally preventing you from having one of your own. There's actually a clinical term for how women feel about their own genitalia. It's called genital self-image. Research shows it's one of the strongest predictors of sexual function and satisfaction in women. Women with a positive genital self-image experience more pleasure, more orgasms, and more satisfying intimate relationships. And here's what the research also reveals. Most women drastically overestimate how unusual or imperfect their genitalia are. The truth is, there's enormous, beautiful natural variation in female anatomy. Labia come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. All of it is normal. All of it is unique. And the partner who loves you isn't seeing what your insecurity insists they're seeing. They're seeing someone they desire, someone they trust, someone they want to be close to.